Signing up to be an organ and tissue donor is easy. However, many older adults may assume that due to their age or age-related illnesses that their organs and tissues are no longer useful for donations. Another misconception is that there are plenty of younger donors, so senior organs aren't really needed. Both assumptions are false. In 2009, there were 3,835 Florida residents on the waiting list for a transplant, with 62% of those being 50 and older. Here to share with us how it's never too late to donate life is Candace McIver with Florida Tissue Services. Candace, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Jeff.
Well, before we get into this, tell us a little bit about Florida Tissue Services, and I understand there's also a new name being rolled out. Tell us about that as well.
Yes, we're now LifeNet Health of Florida, and our corporate company, of course, is LifeNet Health located in Virginia, and so we're their little umbrella company here located in Florida.
So what exactly do you do?
We are a not-for-profit organization dedicated to the recovery of tissue for human transplantation. And what we do as far as a full-service tissue bank is we recover the tissue and we also distribute it. It goes to our company in Virginia and that is distributed throughout the country.
Well, I know there's organizations similar to yours throughout the state of Florida and throughout the nation. But especially here in Florida, is there any type of affiliation that exists among similar organizations?
Yes, of course, LifeQuest is our organ procurement organization for the state of Florida, and we, of course, work hand in hand with them as far as they do organs and we do tissue, and we work together on many occasions. And, of course, we have affiliations with the hospitals that we serve, funeral homes, medical examiners throughout the state, and also public safety organizations as well.
When we talk about organ and tissue donations, what exactly are we talking about in terms of what organs, what types of tissue?
Well, Jeff, the organs that can be donated are heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, pancreas, and intestine. And as far as tissue, we have corneas, of course, to help restore sight. Skin we use for grafting, which is huge as far as children that are burn victims, very beneficial there. We use veins for bypass surgery. Aortic valves for children born with congenital heart disease, which is a life-saving graft. And bone is also a huge graft that can be used for several different things, as far as bone grafts for, say, someone who may have cancer, that the cancerous tumor has destroyed their bone, people who need back surgery, neck surgery, dental surgery, all kinds of applications with bone.
Well, though over 30% of the donations last year did come from those 50 and older, a lot of older people may really think that they may not qualify. Let's talk about some misconceptions that especially address the senior population. Let's start off with age and age-related illnesses.
Age, there's really no age limit as far as donation. I mean, bone can be donated with skin grafts especially. You know, you have people, Jeff, that are in their 70s and 80s that sometimes have more beautiful skin than people who are in their 40s and 50s that have sun-damaged skin. So we don't even look at age as far as skin donation. With bone, people can donate bone up into their 80s. So really, age is not a factor. It's more about their medical condition at their time of death. That's really what we look at, not age.
So there are some pre-existing conditions, or is that not a factor?
There are some pre-existing conditions, very few, that will rule someone out for tissue donation. One, of course, HIV or AIDS will rule someone out. Hepatitis will rule someone out. Metastatic cancer will also rule someone out if it is active. If you have an active infection currently in the hospital and that is the cause of your death, sepsis or an active infection. But people think, oh, I had cancer 20 years ago. Does that rule me out? Absolutely, not. If you had cancer years ago and you've been in remission and you've been treated, 3 to 5 years is kind of the rule there. So a lot of people, I think that because they had cancer in the past, that would rule them out for donation, but that's false.
Okay. Well, what if someone's family is just not real enthusiastic about an older adult making this choice?
That's a really good question. That's why we encourage everyone to sign up on the donor registry. If you are 21 or above, if you have organ or tissue donor on your driver's license, it is a legally binding consent, Jeff. It is as legal as a living will. It is first-person consent. But of course, with a family, we would never want to upset a family. They're already upset enough. They've lost a loved one. With tissue donation, we're never going to upset a family because we also need their consent as far as their medical history, social history of their family and their loved one, and we need their help with that as well. So we're never going to push the issue.
Right. Well, are there any costs that would end up being incurred by the family or the estate?
Never any cost to the donor family. If there are ever any little costs on the side that are just added at the end or some costs that are incurred along the way, the procurement agency that has done the donation will take care of those costs so that there's never anything that the donor family has to worry about.
Okay. Well, What about if someone wants to do this and they're not sure, they want more information, or they want some parameters, general age type things? What would you say in general about organs and age?
I would say the best as far as resources for them to go to would be Donate Life Florida, which is our website, where you can also go to sign up to be an organ and tissue donor. Not only going to the DMV, which is in years past the only way that someone could do that. Now we have our new online registry, and it is filled with resources as far as anyone can go online, look at the parameters, like you said, look at the facts, look at the myths, you know, kind of display some of those misconceptions and make someone feel comfortable about their decision.
Well, I understand the online registry was started in 2009.
Yes.
How's it going so far?
It's going very well, very well. There's over 5 million Floridians on the registry, and the number is climbing. So we're very hopeful that will just continue to climb as we go.
Well, that's great. Tell us a little bit about why the online component was started as opposed to, like you said, just the DMV.
Well, mainly because it gives someone the option of donor designation. And by donor designation, I mean when you go to the DMV and sign up to be an organ and tissue donor, it's on your license. Say something were to happen to you a week later, then whatever's on your license, they will, you know, take whatever organs and tissue can be used. With donor designation, going online, you can specifically designate your wishes. I may want to give just these organs or just these tissues, or I want to give anything that can help anybody else. And this allows you that right. It also allows you the capability of going online at any time to update or change your profile. So it just expands the process that much more.
Well, I was looking at the website, and there's a wealth of information. Like you said, there's lots of questions, just some misconceptions, facts. There's just a lot of stuff on there, and I think it is a great resource. Well, you mentioned designating. What about if a situation, maybe there's someone in their family who's waiting on a donation? Can they specify who will receive that gift?
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, with Natalie Cole, I know everyone knows about that case. There was a family that had a loved one that had died, and Natalie Cole needed the kidney, and they had heard about that, and they said, hey, can my loved one donate this kidney? If they are a match, of course we do all kinds of lab testing and studies to be sure that there's compatibility. But if there's compatibility and a family member has someone that, say, is on dialysis and has been for years and needs a kidney, certainly, if there's compatibility, we can make it happen.
Well, that's great. I think it is something that people need to learn a little bit more about and explore it. Just before we go, what would you say to someone who just doesn't know quite how they feel about this whole subject?
I'd say the best resource, if you go online and look at that website, the number one thing, testimonials are there. If you hear testimonials, if you read about a personal story, read about a donor family, a recipient family, you know, and listen to what those people have to say. And I think once you get that personal touch, that if anything is going to change your mind versus anything you've heard that may not be false, may not be true, listening to that would be the thing that would do it.
That's great, and thank you for helping us get that word out that it's never too late to donate life. Thank you.